Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective tarot for today. Today is Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. You may follow me on the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates. It all might resonate. It all might not resonate. Some of it might be shite. Some of it might be great. I don't know. You do you. I like to throw in a curveball in there every once in a while, right? We got Intuitive City Oracle, Rob Barthelman. You can find this at intuitiveintention.com, My Intuitive Intention on Etsy, and he also sells his decks in the TikTok shop. I'm doing the readings kind of early because I have stuff to do. We got one on the table. Three on the table. Four on the table, one card in reverse. Five on the table, one major arcana, and one card in the reverse. Let's do two more shuffles. Six on the table, one major arcana, one card in reverse. Last shuffle. Seven cards with bottom of the deck, two major, one card in reverse. Well, that's interesting. We got quite a few cards here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold them all up, I'm just saying. But the Sun, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Page of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the World. Hold on, let me see if I can at least just show them to you once. Top of the deck. Someone is working overtime, like double time, to, I guess, like fulfill their dreams, fulfill their destiny. They're going to get there with the Ten of Cups and the World card. Like, it's going to happen. This person cannot be stopped. The Ten of Swords here. It's going to be tough for this person, but they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Defy odds. I just heard. I'm going to set this over here. We got Nine of Pentacles. We got Seven of Swords. We got the Page of Pentacles. We got the Nine of Cups in reverse. Sorry, my nose itches. I was dusting. Now I probably got dust up there. We got the Hermit. We got the Queen of Swords. And bottom of the deck, Strength. Wait, did I say we had three major? No, I said two, right? Two major. One in reverse. One card in reverse. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. Either someone is not being truthful or honest about like their abundance, or somebody believes someone is not being truthful and honest about their abundance. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of gives off the energy of someone like someone saying more that they have more than they have, like maybe more money than they have, or like if somebody owns one house, they tell people they have a summer home, something like that. Like it gives off like I tell people I make like 150 grand, but I only make 80, you know? And the funny thing is it's not like there's not that potential there for that kind of growth. Everybody has that potential. Like either invest in another career, another job, another position, or invest in something that can get you there, right? Like college or internship, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like it's somebody being dishonest about how much they have, like how much their abundance is. Because with the Hermit, the Queen of Swords, the Strength card, it's like somebody realizing, well, if I tell people I make 100 grand a year, but I only make 60 grand a year, I could get to 100 grand. Like I'm gonna have to work for it. I'm gonna have to work towards it, but I can get there. These two cards just give me work, like somebody deciding to work. Like if I tell people I make 100 grand, I might as well start putting in the time, the effort, the work to go from 60 grand to 100 grand. Whether that means like working overtime at your job, or again, like taking classes to get a better position, getting a degree to get a better position, something like that. They're going to do it. They have that mindset, that mentality. It's not that they can't do it. It also, and I said it could also be that, and or somebody looking at another person and thinking, well, they must have a lot of fucking money. So I'm gonna tell you something, and I've told you guys this before. I don't know what that was. I have my day job. I have my job at the warehouse, and I make about 60, 70 grand a year, somewhere around there. Okay. I have inheritance money that I get every month. That probably adds on before taxes, right? This is before taxes. Probably adds on another 10 to 12,000. Okay. I don't know exactly. I don't really pay attention. I pay taxes out of it. I get it every month. It is what it is. I started my business last year revolving around my TikTok, the YouTube, um, doing paid readings, writing my book. I have made $0 on my business. $0. It has been over a year. I've said that before. Like I've never lied about that. I've said before, like I have not made any money off my business. It's been 6 months, 8 months. Now it's been over a year. I haven't made any money off of that. I don't ever lie about what I make or what I don't make. I mean, I don't like talk about like actual dollars like with friends and family and stuff like that, but roundabout figures. But I don't lie about what I have coming in. I don't tell people Like, oh, look, I'm super wealthy and I'm eating, baked beans out of a can. I mean, wealthy people do that too, but you know what I'm saying. I don't lie about that stuff. And it's kind of funny because I've told you guys before, and if you ever hit up my link tree, I have the 5 charities that I donate to every month. And I only donate $20 a month to each of them. So that's $100 a month. And that is $100 a month that I will gladly go without something to give. Okay? That is what I deemed appropriate for myself, what I can afford. Some people can't afford to do that. That's fine. That's fine. Some people give more. That's awesome. I love that for you. Occasionally, I buy like birthday gifts for people and I bring people little treats. And, if I have the money, I do it. If I want to fork out the money, I do it. And maybe people look at that and say, oh my God, she's got money. How did she afford to give me this? Because I took it out of my grocery money, because I took it out of nail money, like because I took it out of new deck money, like everything we do is a choice. Everything I do is a choice. Where I spend my money is a choice. And I like to give to people. I do. Yesterday, one of the, I don't remember if I talked about this yesterday, but one of the ladies in our department has been on leave for I think 2 months. She got burned really bad at home and some type of chemical. They literally had to graft skin and all that stuff. She's been sitting at home. She's supposed to come back this month. She might come back the end of the month or the beginning of September, somewhere around there. And my other friend at work has been visiting her every 2 weeks or so. So yesterday, or not yesterday, Thursday, I said, are you going to go visit her this week? And she goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to go. And I said, okay, let me give you $20. And she goes, what for? And I said, buy her some fruit or some bread or take her, a couple frozen meals or a lasagna, take her something. And she goes, oh, no, Kimmy, no. And I'm like, yeah. So I gave her the $20. And yesterday I got a message from the lovely lady who's on leave. And she's like, oh my God, you're so sweet. The idea wasn't to throw my name out there and get some type of credit. I didn't think she was going to tell her. And I was fine with that. I gave her the $20 to put in the kitty, the till, whatever you want to call it, the saving, so that she could, get her some food, give her and her family something. She's been on leave for 2 months. She probably isn't making money or isn't making as much as she was if she's on disability leave, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to chip in for that. If I can afford it, I'm going to do it. I've been stalling on going online. I looked at one school district, but I need to go online and look through Toys for Tots or something and see if I can donate school supplies, book bags, or money for it, right? For local. Because our warehouse 2 years ago, we did a school supply drive and I bought 5 backpacks. I was so excited. I got to pick out these cute little backpacks. And that was just the one thing that I did, a couple months ago, 2 months ago. One of the guys in the other department that I was helping, his daughter was doing fundraising for cheerleading, and they were selling the, what is it? Jolly Good or Good I don't know what it's called. It's popcorn, and it's good popcorn. It's really good popcorn. And I bought $150 worth of popcorn. And every time, this is the second time I bought popcorn from them, they give you an option to donate popcorn to a teacher. And it costs so much money to give them 2 or 3 bags. And I do that. So I donate within the donation. Because if I can give back, if I can afford it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put everything out there positive that I possibly can. Some people can't afford that. That's fine. That's life, Some people don't have the money. I don't always have the money to do stuff either, I make sacrifices for myself to give to others. But sometimes I feel like people just assume I have all this money. I don't have all this money. I pay a mortgage, an association, I pay bills, I pay insurance just like everybody else. I don't know. This kind of gives the energy of someone maybe not being honest about the type of money they make, what they bring in, and then other people probably looking at them and saying the same thing, like, "Oh, I think they make so much money," when they probably don't. They probably don't make anywhere near like what someone thinks. And that's not really anybody's business, you know what I mean? But I mean, we all kind of look at other people and are like, "Oh, I wonder what her and her husband bring in," like, "Oh, that's a nice house. Oh, that's a crappy house." Like, I mean, I'm just being honest. Everybody has like that mentality to make a snap judgment. We're human, Should we be doing it? No, of course not. But every once in a while. But yeah, like me personally, sometimes I think that people think that I have all this money. I don't have all this money. Nowhere near, you know? And I've even told like my little group of friends, like, I have the business, but it hasn't made any money. And they kind of look at me and it's like, it hasn't. Like, if it was making money, I would tell you it was making money. I wouldn't tell you how much money it's making, but I would tell you it's making money. It's not. I don't have a problem admitting that. You know, I don't know. I feel like when you lie about how much you have, whether it be money, goods, stuff, and anything really, you just really leave that door, that portal open to kind of bring that negativity back towards you. Because there's no reason to lie about that, you know. I've had, when I was a kid growing up, I had family members that would be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, we have this and we have that and we do this and we do that." And then you realize, yeah, that's a lie. Like, they don't have the money to do that. They don't own a boat. They don't, you know what I mean? Like, they don't go on vacation every 6 months. Keeping up with the Joneses. It's useless. I did that when I was married to the ex-husband, when we had our house. It always felt like we were competing. And it wasn't even necessarily competing with like another couple or a family member or anything like that. It's just competing with yourself, but like in an unhealthy way. Because, you're trying to make yourself look better. Look better. Like, we could barely afford to live the way that we were living. And we had technically two incomes. Well, really just for like the last 8 or 9 months we were together, because he was still paying child support for his son. But yeah, some people will go out of their way to create a false sense of reality. I just don't see the point. I really don't see the point. Like, this is funny because I was talking to my friend yesterday at work. Like, I'm 45 years old. This is what you see is what you get. And not just this, but all of this. Everything. And the sad truth is right now in the US, okay, and probably other countries, right? I don't know. You can always comment if you're from somewhere else. Right now, it's very hard to get by for some people, for some families, you know? Like, people are living paycheck to paycheck. People are running up their credit cards. I watched one of my favorite creators on TikTok. It was either on my day off on Wednesday or it was Thursday, and she posted that she's in debt like everybody else. Like, during COVID, she ran up her credit cards because she needed to feed her and her kid, and she was only working like part-time, or she got like a job cut, like they cut her job and put her somewhere else and she made less money. And she says now she's trying to pay off that debt. And she says it's hard. And she's like, we don't even eat, like we don't live fancy, you know? And she's a creator on TikTok. And when I tell you guys that a lot of creators now on TikTok do not make what they used to make, they don't. They don't. A lot of them really do not. Yeah. But I look at other people and I think like everybody's hurting. So what's the point of lying about how much you have or how much you don't have? I had a friend at work like 3 weeks ago. I want to say like on a Thursday, she was like, I don't have any money for gas. Like I barely have any money in my bank account. Like I don't want to go get gas because I'm afraid I'm gonna like only have $10 in there. I'm gonna overdraw my account. And payday was like the next day, or maybe it was a couple days away. I'm not sure. And I felt bad. I felt bad because, she wanted to go drive to visit her parents and do this, that, and the other. And she couldn't do it on, less than a quarter tank of gas. She could barely get to work to get to home. But I didn't have the money to give her. I don't, that's not part of my budget. If I had the money, if I like did the penny pinching in my head, I would have given her $20. I just didn't have it at the time. And it shows a real it's a real, that somebody really trusts you when they're honest about like their money situation. You know what I mean? Because I have absolutely no problem telling people that the business doesn't make any money, that I work, and you know what I mean? But some people don't really divulge that type of information. And for this young woman to tell me that, because again, some people just aren't honest, you know? Whatever this is, it's actually a good thing because it's somebody realizing like I don't need to lie about that type of stuff. Like what's the point of doing that? And B, I can work towards that abundance. Like I can make my own abundance. Like I can get there if that's where I want to be. With the 9 of Pentacles too, like this also could pertain to like somebody saying that they do it all on their own, but they have like a sugar daddy or a sugar mama or like a parent that helps them out or something like that. And there's a lot of young people out there today that get that kind of support, right? Again, it's the economy. Like I don't know how some people do it, but this would be like somebody telling somebody like, oh yeah, like I pay all my own bills and I do this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, like somebody's helping them with their cable bill, somebody's helping them with their car insurance. Like they might have like a whole string of people that give them money every month so that they don't, like they don't overdraw themselves. It kind of just reminds me like this reading just kind of reminds me as it's like a commentary on the times, because seriously, like I said, a lot of people are barely making it. So if you were someone that was barely making it, like there's no real reason to lie about it. Like you're in the same boat as everybody else. I don't know why, but I was picturing like a garage with like baskets like hanging off the walls or from the ceiling or both. Like maybe somebody collects baskets or sells them, makes them and sells them. That was a little weird. Someone might someone might have like a really interesting collection of ties, like a tie collection. This is what's funny. If you look at this card, this masculine figure is wearing a bow tie, right? Like a funky bow tie. But I'm looking down here at these cards and I just saw like the pattern on the cards and I saw like a whole bunch of ties. Wasn't even the tie that got me. I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to let you guys take what you will from this. Again, your situation, like if you're quote unquote poor, right? That's nothing to be ashamed of. Like I said, there's a lot of people in the same boat in the USA and God knows where else. Um, I just wouldn't lie about my situation because I feel like that just brings bad juju, bad money matters back to you. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And I'm not saying you like again, like I'm not saying you have to go out there and tell everybody like how much you make and how much your house costs and all that. I'm just saying be honest about your situation. Be honest about who you are. I literally had family members that would like lie to other family members about how much they made and like literally lie about how much their groceries cost. Like who does that? Who does that? I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it resonates for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if anything you were entertained. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.